stop. I'm asking you for 5 minutes, maybe 7. But I'm asking you for a couple of minutes of your time. Now listen, I'm asking you to stop what you're doing right now. Maybe you won't. Maybe you say this guy's crazy. Maybe you're just going to flip off. Maybe you're going to keep going. I don't know. But I'm going to ask you on a principle of human kindness. I'm asking for 5-7 minutes of your time. And after that, if you don't like what I'm going to say, you don't have to come back anymore. You could unsubscribe. You could unlike me. Or if you have by chance, this means something to you after I'm finished. If I make my case, I'm going to ask you to like, subscribe, and share. Okay? Here's my case. We have got some serious problems. We've got some serious business. And let me tell you what it is. We are fighting against a tyrannical government. We are fighting against, this is serious business. And nobody wants to hear this. Nobody really wants to understand the severity of what that means. But our way of life is being changed right now. And it's not even happening slowly over time. It's happening radically, exponentially. It's happening fast. We are losing more and more ground every single day. That's what's happening. And let me tell you something else that's happening. We are being starved out. We're being cut off. We are being hunted. People are being thrown in jail without due process, arrested. People are scared to fight back, to say anything because they're scared of what's going to happen to them. This is the response of tyranny. Okay? We are in a situation where we're dealing with an administration that is Machiavellian, maniacal, and it's mad, and it doesn't care about you, and it doesn't care about me, and it doesn't care about their own supporters. I don't care. I don't care if you don't want to hear this. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter, but you've got to know this man don't care about you. By now, you've got to realize you have drinking some bad Kool-Aid. And right now, if you're a farmer, when he's talking about getting beef somewhere else, he doesn't care. If you're a soybean farmer, he doesn't care. If you're a rancher, he doesn't care. If you're just a regular us, he said, I love my uneducated. He doesn't care about you. The song by Michael Jackson, they don't really care about us. Man, how prophetic that was, because they don't. This administration, and I'm serious, this administration doesn't care about us. In the next couple of days, people are going to have to start making life or death situations. People are going to have to make situations and decisions that will cost them their lives. I want you to let that sink in. I don't know if you have ever been hungry in your life. I don't know if you ever really know what it's like, but all of us have kids that cry out, oh, I'm hungry. And they never really know what it means. But I'm telling you, there are people that are going to be hungry, and they're going to have to make life or death decisions. Mothers are going to have to decide, do I take half of this food off of my plate and split it between my children? People are going to have to decide, a newborn mother, do I stretch out this formula? Do I leave them in that pamper a little longer? Do I give them this half of this cereal, or do I wait until they come home? How am I going to stretch this meal? How am I going to make this happen? People are going to have to make those decisions. 40 million Americans are going to have to make life or death decisions about what they eat. And they are going to start making life. People are going to die. Here is the crazy conundrum. We have a president right now that goes all over the world and all on Fox News and his pundits, and he will tell you how great America is. But here is the conundrum and the oxymoron. While you're all over the world telling people we're hot and we're great, 40 million of us are standing here right now trying to figure out if we're going to live or die. Now, you got to realize that's crazy conundrum. That is an oxymoron. He is a moron. That's what we're dealing with. I'm sorry. Truth hurts. But here's what I'm thinking. We've got to start to move. And we've got to start to build. We've got to start to rebel. And I've got some crazy ideas. I've got another 4 minutes left. Please don't go anywhere. Listen, I understand that. I understand what you're going to say to me. I'm wasting my time. I get that. but it's my rebellion, not yours. I understand what you fought for in the Clone Wars. I understand how you left Anakin on that molten lava shore. I understand how you stayed on the double suns of Tatooine for 20 years and then just hours later sacrificed your life for a rebellion that you didn't see. But this is my rebellion, and I'm not going to quit. So please, do not interrupt me again, and I care. Now, am I crazy? Yeah, I'm crazy. You know why? Rebellions are not for the sane. Rebellions are not for the sane. Okay? So here is what I'm thinking. I'm talking about the 7 million strong No Kings rally. What was that? Many of you are calling it a rebellion. It wasn't a rebellion. It was a movement. It was a rally. People showed up. They moved. They let their voices be heard, and then they went home. See, that's the thing about tyranny. Tyranny doesn't care about movements because they realize that at some point, the people are just going to scatter and go home. And that's what some of us did with this 7 million strong No Kings rally. But I've got some quick radical ideas. 4 radical ideas for you if you're part of that rally and you're a part of that 7 million strong part of the movement. You see, what makes a movement into a rebellion is kinetic energy. A movement builds on another movement, and it mushrooms into an unstoppable living organism called a rebellion. We've got to build on that movement. And right now, let's face it, how many No King rally are we going to have when it's getting cold outside? How many more of those movements are we going to have and then just go home? No, this is the time. This is the hour to rebel, to build on that. So first crazy idea. Out of the 7 million strong that showed up, how about if 5 million of you got on a computer, found out who your local congressman was, call your local congressman and say, where the hell are you? Why the hell aren't you working? Why the hell are you cutting SNAP? Why the hell are you using emergency proceeds to help fund SNAP for another month? And why are you cutting health care? What if 5 million of us did that? More radical, I'm insane. What if 5 million of them, when you found out what their email address was, what if 5 million of you got the phone number to your local congressman and called them up on the phone, 5 million phone calls, we shut down the switchboard in Washington, and we leave 5 million messages for those congressmen saying, where the hell are you? Where the hell are you ain't working? Why are you cutting SNAP? Why are you not using emergency funds? And why are you cutting health care? How about this? One more. I got 2 more ideas. How about this? How about 7 million of us call every single Democrat and email every single Democrat in the House and in the Senate, especially you, Chuck Schumer. Can I call you Chuck? Chuck, if this wasn't for you, we would be won this fight already, but you quit months ago. Now you found some guts. Now we want to email Chuck and call Chuck and tell Chuck that this is his Alamo. This is the hill that he's going to make his last stand on, and we are all behind him. But if he quits on us, we are going to get him out. We're going to primary Chuck. And how about if 7 million of us contact Hakeem and tell Hakeem to stop being cool and tell Hakeem to just fight? No more words. No more smart words. No more fine flow. We just want you to fight, Hakeem. We just want you to fight. How about if then the 7 million people, last idea, 7 million people, when you went to the supermarket to shop for your own family, as hard as this is, you get your coupons out and you get that extra can of string beans and you drop them off to a local shelter, a local food pantry. How about if you got that extra thing of formula and drop that off? Extra box of Pampers, drop that off. Extra box of cereal of Captain Crunch Frosted Flakes, drop those off. No frills, no problem. Drop it off. No matter what it costs, if it's cheap, drop it off. You see, that's how rebellions build movement into rebellions. You know why? Because people in rebellion take care of their own. They provide for their own, and they even provide for their enemies to let their enemies know that you're backing the wrong people. So what if we then, 7 million, called 7 million churches, no matter what your faith is, and tell 7 million shepherds to make sure they tell their parishioners to go to the supermarket, bring an extra can of beans, bring an extra box of Pampers, bring an extra quart of milk, and then the local churches can tell the local communities, we have food, come here. No preaching, just food. What if we did all of that? You know what is going to happen? Then we're building a rebellion. Then we're showing America what America is. Then we're showing America what America used to be. Then we're showing Americans what America will be again. When we win this rebellion, it's time to do something. It's time to call somebody. Don't just let these SNAP benefits run out. And finally, for those of you that think you've done enough in saying how bad it is, I'm going to give you just one scripture verse from the book of James, chapter 2. And it says like this. What does it profit? He says this here. If a brother or a sister is naked and lacking daily food, and one of you says to them, depart in peace, be warm and be filled, and yet you give them nothing that the body needs, what does it profit? Last point about a rebellion. It's got to cost you something. It's got to cost you some time. It's got to cost you a sacrifice of showing up. It's got to cost you an email. It's got to cost you a phone call. It's got to cost you writing a letter. It's got to cost you leaving a message. It's got to cost you helping somebody else. And then we win, and we build on movement after movement after movement, and then we're unstoppable. Let's rebel together.